What's up, guys? Chris from Review Cave here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys my review of One Piece, Chapter 977. And from the hype chapter from last week, I can honestly say this more than makes me excited for what's happening next. And we even have some more reveals of what we have to look forward to for the actual fight that's going to come. So, without further ado, let's get started on what this chapter happened in this chapter. So the chapter starts basically right after Jinbei ends up making the unbelievable swoop in to save everyone from that long range ship and jumps onto the Straw Hat's boat. Everyone goes to give the guy a nice big hug and are surprised that he actually showed up and that they were honestly worried about it. And I'm glad that Luffy was the one that said how worried they were. And hell, we do get confirmation that Jinbei was kind of held up because he had to deal with all the injuries that the Sun Pirates took from escaping Whole Cake, and also they ended up giving him like a big send-off at the end. And as this is going on, Chopper, Nami, and Brooke are telling everyone how great of a helmsman is. Frankie's like, so we're finally getting a salesman that can really use the ship to its fullest. So I do like that. Maybe since Jinbei is a helmsman, he could actually have some pretty good interactions with Frankie, since he is the one that built the Sunny. It does seem like an interesting connection. But anyway, so with everything that's going on, they're basically saying that they want to have like a party to celebrate Jinbei officially joining the crew right in the middle of a freaking battlefield. As is going on, Kin is trying to get everyone's attention, but I can't pronounce his name, Sicilian, ends up jumping onto Law's ship to try and hear the plan, because Law does have a plan for what's going on. As this is going on, Yogoro, the Yakuza boss, also wants to hear this, and Denjiro ends up joining them on the ship as well. So as they were saying that the original plan, they're going over the original plan on the raid on Onigashima, and it is a good plan. Essentially, there's only one way to actually go onto the island, which is right up through the front gate, and then land. And the best way was to go around the mountain ranges on the inside and go through the back entrance to surprise Kaido for a surprise attack. Now, essentially the plan was originally that, but and I love how Denjiro is the one that brought this up. So he basically said that this was the plan that they told him in front of Kanjuro, and he knows the actual plan. And now that he knows that everyone is safe, he'll probably end up warning Kaido and Orochi and Big Mom about this. But since the last chapter, I didn't mention this because I don't know how this kind of slipped my mind. He is going to catch Hiyori first, and then he's probably going to go back to Onigashima. For all we know, I think that's probably what he's going to do. But here's the thing. I love how Denjiro brings up that they told this plan to Kanjuro, and he's asking what the real plan was. And Kinemon is all just panicked and like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. And I love how Raizo's like, he still has that much faith in you. He's overestimating you again. And and Law ends up coming up with the whole plan as everyone's surrounding him, saying they are going to go with the same plan, but they're going to take advantage of the decoys. Two idiots in particular will be decoys. And you can only assume that the idiots that he's speaking of are Luffy and Kid, who are going to go charging straight onto Onigashima to try and take down Kaido. And they also said that the samurai that are going to attack from the front and going towards the side are also going to be decoys as well. So yeah, that is a good plan. But the best part about this is the new plan that Law ended up implementing. So him and the samurai are going to be in his submarine, and they're going to go around towards the back of the ocean of the island by sea, going underwater. And as they reach the whirlpools, Law will use his power to get them to the other side of on the other side of the whirlpools, since he can't use it for a large sum of people or so many ships. And then he's going to use his power to get the samurai on land, and most likely himself and his crew to back them up. That way they can get there a lot faster, and they won't be detected. So that's what's going on. And then, as they're being explained, there's a big explosion close to the entrance to the island, and Denjiro realizes that he forgot to warn everyone about the gate, that it's one of the biggest, it's a literal fortress, and the only way for you to get in there is with permission, and any foreign ships will be shot on sight. So we hear all the explosions, we see an explosion, and Kin is worried for the Straw Hats because they heard Luffy's voice from that explosion. And as Kin's going to see what's going on, looks over to see what's going on, we see a montage of all the Straw Hats taking down all of the Beast Pirates that are inside that fortress with no effort whatsoever. Luffy, Jinbei, Zoro, Sanji, Brook, Robin, Frankie, with Chopper, Usopp, and Nami like inching behind the ship, like, yeah, you guys go get him. And it's like hilarious. The Weakling Trio is back. I mean, it's obvious they're probably not going to have their moment until later on in the arc, but it's still nice to have them act the exact same with their own characteristics, even though they all got a pretty decent power boost over the time skip. And even Nami has a freaking living thundercloud that you can use at any time. It was nice to see that little panel. And as they manage to reach the port, Luffy and everyone are towering over the collapsed bodies of all of the enemies that they took down, as well as the Shatter Fortress, saying that they've beat all the bad guys, essentially, over there. They found them in that area and took these guys down. And Zoro's just bringing booze to everyone and being like, let's have the party and celebrate Shinpei's arrival to the crew. And then Kin literally says, thanks them for what they did. And then everyone starts to go charging. And then after hearing this, Luffy's like, you know what? Forget the party. We'll have this along with everyone else to celebrate taking down Kaido, Big Mom, and Orochi and saving everyone. And they all end up agreeing. And then the charge on Onigashima starts. Now, this next part of how the chapter ends is honestly really interesting. So here's what happens. We get scenes from inside Onigashima. You know, Orochi being Orochi. Someone playing the I forgot the name of the instrument that instrument that was being played. But anyway, we get a scene of that being played. We see Queen giving orders, dancing in the background. We also get Kaido getting drunk. We also hear that Big Mom is getting ready for the banquet. So for all we know, this is going on at the exact same time as everyone charging into the base. So this is a good opportunity for them to actually deal some damage, because they're not expecting this attack right now. They think, okay, everything's said and done, we can go ahead and party. And Kaido is drunk off his ass. But what is going on here is that as we're going through these scenes, something called the Ropo Topo has arrived. Now, I don't think this has been mentioned previously in Wano. I don't think this particular group has been mentioned as of yet in the story, so this could be another new group that we have yet to see, because not only do we have the Emperors, Big Mom and Kaido, we also have the Numbers, who led by Scratchman Apu, and we have no idea what these numbers can do. We have the three disasters of King, Queen, and Jack, not to mention whatever of Big Mom Sweet Generals could also be there as well. We do know that Narrow Sparrow is there along with Smoothie. We have no idea if anyone else is there. We don't know if she ended up bringing Katakuri or not. I don't think Katakuri's there. He probably just left them there to look after Whole Cake. But still, this is another new group in the Emperor and Orochi alliance that we have no idea about. I mean, it's possible this group was mentioned previously in passing from around the start of the arc, but I have no idea. So this could be most likely Kaido's elite troop, along with the three disasters and the numbers. But what Kaido says next is the most interesting thing. He's asking, where is he as he's intoxicated? As I was saying, where is his son? And he says that he is arriving right now. He says that there are 6 of them. With Topo and Ropo, there are 6 members. And we don't see who they are. All we see are their footsteps. And they enter. Kaido's like, good, they're here. Let's introduce them to Linlin. So it's possible Kaido has not just the 3 disasters as his 3 strongest crewmates, but also these 6 as well. So there's that. Not to mention the numbers are like a monstrous military force that he's got under his control. So we have no idea what the numbers can do. We have no idea what King can do. Well, fully as a we have no idea. We don't know what King can do if he tries. We also don't know what these Tuppo Ropo guys, who for all I know have just been introduced in this chapter, what they can do. So this brings up a lot of things because yes, the Pirate, Mink, and Samurai Alliance does have the advantage in a sneak attack, being able to try and take down Kaido and everyone while they're partying and while they're drunk and everything. But for all we know, these Tuppo Ropo guys are like the elite of elite, and they won't get drunk as easily. But these guys can make things a lot tougher for them. Because, for all we know, this is like a secret team that Kaido has, and that even Orochi has no real knowledge of their abilities. I mean, this is just purely speculation at this point. But yeah, that's all I really think about it. That's because while everyone's charging in, Kid manages to get ahead of Luffy when it comes to charging at the gate. But the thing is, even with the three supernovas with the highest bounties right now, along with all their crews and the samurai and the minks, there is a good chance that they will have even tougher fight than they've bargained for, because they know about the disasters, they know about Big Mom now, but even then they weren't counting on Kid's assistance, so they could help with Kid or Jinbei for that matter. The Alliance does have some more tricks up their sleeve, considering that Kid's whole crew is there and they're pretty strong themselves. And Jinbei showed up, and he can really help when it comes to Devil Fruit users, because if he's near a body of water, he uses Fishman Karate to use the seawater against them to weaken them, making it easier for everyone to power through. Which, since everyone in the Beast Pirates is a Devil Fruit user, there is a very strong possibility that they could use that as a strategy. But this new force is something that I am curious to see. There's 6 of them, as I mentioned, and we don't see their faces. We have no information on them whatsoever. So the next chapter could be us seeing their faces and the rest of the initial raids beginning. But aside from that, this was a great chapter, in my honest opinion. I just can't wait for the next one. Now, Shonen Jump's going to be on break next week, and I think the following week is going to be like a double. There's going to be 2 chapters in one. And I'm not sure about that, but I do think it is. And then it's going to be like another break, and then another chapter, and then the next chapter is going to come right after that. So it's going to be some time before I do like weekly reviews for these manga. I might end up reading some more stuff just to give like general first impression reviews, so I can keep doing my weekly video schedule. Or I might do reviews on like an anime as it's airing, for all I know. But yeah, that's really all I got. Another great chapter for One Piece. New information and the possibility that this raid, while very difficult already, can be even more difficult as the story progresses. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this chapter. Leave a comment below of what you think is going to end up happening. Like and subscribe so you can see me do more of these. And as always, have an awesome day.